So hi, do y'all want to introduce yourselves? Thank you for coming on. I'm Devaney. I'm so excited to talk to y'all and learn more.
I'm stoked. Thank you for having us. I'm
Yeah,
Grayson.
thanks.
Yeah, I play guitar and I don't know, share bass with Kyle sometimes in Coyote Theory.
Absolutely.
I'm Kyle, and I sing and I play a little bass guitar and a little keys on this record. So, you know,
Love
Jack of
it.
all trades.
just a little bit of everything.
Just a whole smorgasbord. So
Hmm.
I really love the sound of the band. Is there like a way that y'all decided to go into that? Like a way that y'all decided your sound, or did it just come naturally?
Um, I feel like when the band started to the evolution where things are now, there's been a few changes. So Kyle joined last year, probably in January, and so Um, he's been somebody that I played music with when I moved to Nashville a while ago, like 10 years ago. And so I always wanted to be in a band with him. He's really structured and has like a really great ear and is very creative. And so I feel like bringing him into the band just kind of like elevated tone choices, but also like instrumentation as well. And so, yeah, it's just been an interesting next step into the music there. But I feel like we're all kind of into similar but different bands, music. Um, and so, bringing that all together turns it into what it is.
Perfect. I love that. Yeah, because it just kind of sometimes it flows naturally, and that's sometimes just the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
With your new EP, Talking to a Stranger, was there, I feel like it's really interpersonally connected, like really hits on emotions, talks about like things people experience like in everyday life or just living in general. Were there certain things that made this EP something y'all wanted to like make very personal, interpersonal, or was it just kind of the flow of the songs, things that happened organically and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's more just about timing. I was planning to move from Knoxville to Nashville, and there was a lot of stress involved in that with my relationship. So, like, dealing with that, and we already had this booked, so it was more of a matter like finish the songs. This is on my mind. Let's go, you know?
That's very fair. That makes sense. And then, like, while y'all were doing the album, I noticed that there was a lot of flows between upbeats and like I guess songs that were more happier toned and had happier beats, more kind of you could dance along but still have the deeper meaning kind of thing. And then the ones that were more sad and it was kind of the up and down. Did y'all make that structure on purpose?
Um, I don't know, Kyle. How do you? I feel like musically, I like a darker tonality, so I feel like it's um easier for me to get into that vibe and be like, we're gonna get spacey. It's gonna be like kind of dark and maybe a little down. But I feel like a couple of those songs, like So Sweet, Kyle brought in, and like that is, it's just like such a sweet pop song. And so I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Talk about where you were coming from, Kyle.
Sure. I mean, that's an interesting one because I don't tend to write in that vein of things as often. So the moodier, darker tone is definitely more natural. It's easier, like Grayson, to get into that flow. Um, but it was nice to complete that song because I mean, it has a lot of personal meaning, but it's like it's sometimes really challenging to say something simple and do it well. So that was a nice personal achievement just for me. But yeah, a lot of like some of these songs, Moonlight being one of them, was kind of an old thing that Grayson and I worked on many years ago, and it went through a bunch of iterations of being rewritten, and it was just the right timing for that song to get finished. And so, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of just where we were at more than anything,
That
at
makes
least.
sense.
Yeah.
I love that there's like elements of both in there. So some songs are more kind of like in tune with, Grayson and the others are with Kyle. And I love that. It just shows that a really good band will come together and make really good music.
Well,
I
thanks.
mean, we recorded that Moonlight song probably two or three times before this version. I mean, it was like one of the first things I worked on with Kyle when I moved to Nashville, and that was a long time ago. And so, yeah, it's really cool when something like that actually gets its day in the sun, you know?
Yeah. Did it ever have like a different tone beforehand? Like was it ever, maybe a happier song or something, or did it always start the way that it
No,
was?
yeah. I feel like the intent was always the way it ended up, but yeah, I think there was just different textures in different parts, and I think um, Kyle's really good at reducing an idea to the core components, and I feel like we got to that and then added, sprinkles of fun stuff in there. Like there's a really cool Moog synth in there that I feel like adds a lot of attitude and texture that is really cool. And so, I don't know, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how when it came out.
Perfect. And then I guess, yeah, that kind of rolls into the next question too. Do both of y'all have like a song that either stood out or was very personal to y'all that y'all like the best or connect with the best on the EP?
Grayson, you want to go first? Or
Yeah, so I will definitely say like I'm already hitting on it, so we'll just keep going. Moonlight is that for me because yeah, I mean I feel like before Kyle was in this band, we played in the same music scene in Orlando when we were coming up, and so in separate bands, but I'd always been like, "Ooh, this guy rules." And so when I was moving to Nashville, they were the only people that I knew there. I stayed on Kyle's couch when I moved there, so like getting to do this song, uh, I don't know, was just a full circle moment of the last like 10 or so years. And nice to be able to put that out and have it be received. So that for me is my pick. But yeah.
I mean, that's a good answer. I think I have two songs that answer the question in either way. So like a really personal song would be Stranger Than, just the amount of stress that I was dealing with, like moving and everything. Uh, I really channeled a lot of that feeling into that song, and so it was cathartic just to get out of my brain. Um, but the one that surprised me the most, I think, sonically and how well it worked, was Let Me Down. There's just like some interesting moments in that song that I that are really cool, that are just fun. So that one surprised me, and I'm all for some surprises.
That makes sense. And when it comes out to be like a good song, then that's one of the best surprises too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I guess like what are some of the musicians or even artists? I'm big into visual arts and just art in general. So I always throw that one in there for people who are too. What are some of the artists in general, whether it's music, whatever, that y'all would like to work with, even if it's videographers or photographers?
Hmm.
Like even if it's just an aspirational goal.
Sure. So I have been getting into like the artistic side of photography as of late, and so there's like a lot of street photographers that I have been really into and getting like photo books and stuff like that. And so like a lot of them are dead, but the ones that are still alive, like there's a guy, Lee Friedlander, who would be really cool to work with. And then a guy who is younger named Matt Stewart, who does like a lot of really cool architectural art photo. He also does street photography as well, but yeah, I think it'd be cool to like work with some of that um, in a visual sense because like there's a lot of crazy things you can do in that world. And so, yeah, that would be my pick.
Absolutely. And then I
I don't
guess,
know.
oh, sorry.
No, no, you're good. Good.
So what are some of the things that y'all have coming up this year other than, of course, the EP? And tell us all about that too. But what are some of the other big things that y'all might have coming up, whether it's this year or even into next year?
At some point, we're going to be doing, we're working towards another record. This year hasn't been as crazy as the last couple of years. I don't think we've planned um, a ton for this year, if I'm being honest. I feel like the last couple of years we've been really pushing at a lot of stuff. And so like we live all over the country. I live in Montana, Kyle is in Nashville, and then Jason is in Florida. And so like it really is a collective effort to get things together when we do stuff. So last year putting this EP together, um, it would have been almost around this time, I think last year, maybe a little later, but when we went to LA and recorded this, but um, yeah, we're kind of maybe feeling it out right now. I think is kind of where we're at if I'm being completely transparent about it. But yeah, just kind of like enjoying where it's at because I don't know, like for me sometimes like when the pressure of having to make something is on, it's a lot harder to make something rather than when you're just like kind of able to be free and make it in your own time. And so yeah, at least for me that's where I'm at. I don't know, Kyle, if you have another uh
I just work through the pain.
You're like,
That's
I'm
my
just here
no,
for
approach.
one day at a time.
Hmm.
That's very
yeah.
fair.
But
And
yeah,
then
I
I
think we're
guess,
in the planning stage really. So
oh, good. Yeah. Well, I guess that kind of rolls into, do y'all have any like bigger goals for what you would like to see for this year, I guess? Even if it's just with the EP or, just one little goal, I guess, that's like, hey, we did this thing this year.
Like for me, it's to keep on in a vein of making things that we feel proud of because I feel like um, it's not, sometimes it's hard when you're making something to see the longevity in what it's going to be when you release something, and so it's like you know it's been crazy to have Paradise happen, and that's like was is so awesome, but it's also like um, we've evolved so much as humans since then. And so like trying to figure out how to articulate that, but also make something that we ourselves really enjoy. Um, yeah, I think sometimes it's okay to slow down and kind of like regroup and come at it full force rather than just like constantly trying to make something just because. I feel like especially in our society today, like with our TikToks and whatever, like attention spans are like this big and like I'd still love listening to full records or like full discographies. And so trying to find the bridge between like a 30-second clip or like a 3 hour something, yeah, I think it's just kind of a regrouping. And I think that that's a good thing.
But
Yeah.
no, yeah, I think taking time and planning it all out is awesome. And then like making sure that the quality of the music is exactly what you want to put out. I think honestly, a lot of people rush that part way too fast. It's like,
Hmm.
and there's deadlines, if especially if you're working with labels and stuff, but there's just a lot of rush that doesn't have to happen. Sometimes it's just excitement, I think.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean it's a new thing. It's like you have done this thing, and like I don't know, when I make something, I will listen to that or like look at it a bunch in like the first couple of weeks, but then it's like when it starts to wear off and you move on to the next thing, you know, is that life just within those couple of weeks, or does it get to, see the light of day again later down the road? Yeah.
That's very fair. And then is there anything that y'all would like to add on about the EP, whether it's about the making of it or, just anything about it that you'd like to share?
Kyle?
go listen to it. Tell us what you think. We had a lot of fun making it.
It was fun. I feel like that was like the first I was still pretty new into everything, and so like we all went to LA and um, we worked with a band that I really like called Valley Queen. We worked with their bass player who records. His name is Neil Williamson, and so um, yeah, it was just a a great time in sunny California. And so I don't know. I feel like um, yeah, proud of what we've made with it. There is a music video that we're working on for Let Me Down, which came out today. That is like fully animated, and so it just was taking a little bit longer than what
Mm.
we thought, and so eventually that will be out. But yeah,
Amazing. Well, I love the EP, love the sound. I had never heard of y'all before. Y'all made it all on all of my playlists and my favorites. So very much a new fan.
awesome. Happy to
Thank
be
you.
there.
Yeah, thank y'all. And then would y'all like to shout out all of your social medias, anything important y'all having or y'all have coming up or anything?
CoyoteTheory.com for all of your Coyote Theory needs.
That's right.
Perfect. And then anything else y'all would like to add on?
Think that's it for me.
Yeah. Just thank you so much. Thanks for
Yeah,
listening
thank you so
and
much for
thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
No, thank y'all for talking to me and giving me the rundown on everything. And thank y'all for putting out the music that you do. It's awesome.
Of
Our
course.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Y'all have a great day. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you
Yeah.
too.
You
Yeah,
too.
thank you. See you.
Bye.